Ulrike. Welcome to 80 Songs for Peace.
Hello, Christina. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, happy to see you too. We both know us from the Michael Song Life Weeks, which we participated several times, and love the cooperation and yeah, the connection. And we are also both dancers of Universal Peace, which is quite nice, and we love it both. You're also a teacher there. And yeah, today I would love to know more about how the love to music developed in your life.
I think this is something that came to me very, very early because my mother, she loved to sing a lot. I was born 11 years after the war ended. Now, when the war started, my father and my mother had been 17 years old, and my father was in the last group of soldiers, the young boys who have been taken by Hitler to fight, and he was the only one from his classmates to survive the war. So I think this must have been horribly traumatizing to him, and he almost never talked about it. Just short some few days before he died, when I asked him has happened. And but both loved to sing, my father and my mother. And at the time when I was born, there were still not so good rules for dealing with young babies. So when I cried, my parents had learned that they should not console me, but to let me cry because I had to obey to a certain rhythm, and I was put away and cried until I slept in from being so tired. And I think this kind of things is traumatizing to babies. And I am from the generation where probably most of us have lived this. And but there is another thing in the diary that my mother wrote about me when I was a baby, and maybe Christina, you can show the picture now, because
Mhm.
I'm drawing. And this drawing I made is the last drawing I've just been making, and it's taken from a photo, and I've just finished this drawing this night. It shows my mother and me, and she is showing me what she called Guckerlichter. It means lights where you look into. And it was in the time of Christmas, and she took me, I was 6 months old, and she did Christmas songs to me. And I think this have been moments of very intense intimacy and putting some love for, because what she was teaching me was there's Jesus who is caring for us. And this is something very deep in her heart until she died, that she had this faith. And I think this has carried her through the war and through all these times of darkness. And so she put this deep in my heart. And then later, when I got older, there was my grandfather who played the guitar, and he was a Wandervogel, a walking bird. And so we very often did sing songs together, and there was a big love for singing together.
Mm, wonderful. And yeah, and how developed this art? How you're creating songs? You didn't start with singing, is that right?
No, yeah, that is right. I didn't start with singing. I had times where I got very, very sick when I was 33 years old. I had quite a heavy breakdown, which I would now explain as something different. Somebody said to me, "You didn't have a breakdown, you had a breakthrough." But there were very few people who could help me to understand what had happened. And
Mm.
at the time, I was starting to paint, and I started all these strange things and visions that came to me by dreams, by things that I suddenly saw, and I was drawing them. And many, many years later, I started to discover more about my singing, and I discovered the capacity that I'm able to sing about what I see inside me and in my pictures. And now I'm starting to combine these two aspects, these two gifts of my life. And I have also done pottery and weaving and many, many creative things because I'm an occupational therapist and I'm not an artist, I'm not a musician. But, you know, OTs, they can do everything but nothing perfect. So I'm a kind of unperfect singer, unperfect artist, but I love it. And I think I'm now, as I'm no longer working, I have time to put these things together and to bring it out, to show it to other people, and to we start to dialogue on this. And I discover more and more that other people think, oh, this is interesting, I know this. And there's something about a very deep healing that can be transferred by sharing my experiences with others, and they share their experiences with me, and moving on together in our brokenness some way. And so for me, there once was the moment where I asked myself, deep in me, there's a fighter. And so I thought, I can't make a peace song by thinking that I'm a fighter, because it's a contradiction, doesn't go together. And then I asked myself, or I asked God or Jesus, what is my weapon? How do you want me to fight? And then in a dream, there was a knight, in German it's Ritter, who came and gave me a sword, ein Schwert. And I said, what? Strange, what is that? And then I went with this word of what is this word for me? And then I said, it's two things. It's about truth, because that's written in the Bible. The word is like a sword. And it's also the wisdom of the heart, because this needs to be together. Because just the truth without love is not true enough. And so I did write a song about this. And the final song that I'm singing is about something I have discovered through a winter camp from the Dances of the Universal Peace. And we did sing and dance a song from the Zoroaster. And for them, it's important to have the mind, the thinking, the word, the speak, and the doings. And I thought, that's good, that's fine, but I want to add the heart. So in my song, I sing about that, and I think the combination of this is that we become light for the world. So this is the background of the song I have offered, I think. And then I asked a friend, do you think that I can sing this? He said, oh, of course. Yeah, do it.
So wonderful.
Yeah, so this is
yeah.
Is
Looking forward now to your songs. And thanks for sharing.
Thank you for giving me the chance to talk to you, to sing for you.
Thanks.
Hello. I would like to start with showing you the proceeding of how I come to a song. First, there is a text. So I start with the question, my song for peace. And my singing, the melody is not fixed. I'm going to improvise it now at this moment. A song for peace I've been asked to sing, a fragment of thoughts I offer to bring, peace deep within me, sometimes I can see, peace in the world far away seems to be. There's struggle and silence, there's shadow and light, there's one step forward and one step to the side. I want to move on, and then I move back. Sometimes I see white, and sometimes only black. I'm searching the truth, but there's chaos in my mind. The energy for moving, sometimes I cannot find. But there's a fighter within me, deep in my heart. I want to see more, and questions I start. What kind of a weapon I choose now for fight? I don't want to kill, I've chosen the light. And then in a dream the answer got clear. A night gave me a sword for to fight against fear. 3 others were with me, together we were 4. To defend our freedom, we need still much more. And then the picture of the fighter developed in me. And so I'm going to sing this for you now. It's going to be 2 pages. Oh no, I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to read it, because unless it would be too difficult for you to understand. The fighter in me. So how does she look, the fighter I'd like to be? I paint you her picture so that you can see. The weapon so mighty is the wisdom of heart, combined with the truth that I'm searching so hard. The armor, the coat of my mother with stars, is protecting my body and protects me from wars. My shield is my faith, given for free as a child, and confirmed in my youth when I started to be wild. My helmet, a good question, maybe still an empty bowl, carried open on my head, searching wisdom as an owl. My castle is my face, to God always I can turn home, when I'm looking for a shelter from thunder and storm. Mother Earth gives me strength for all that I need, times of rest in her nature and growing as her seed. My standard, Jesus Christ, is guiding my soul, always within me, helps me up when I fall. Companions I have, not an army, but friends, people who walk with me through life at its length. My leader is the queen within me, and sometimes it's the fool. They are guiding my heart, and they are my school. My treasure is God's spirit, guiding gently me, and creativity's richness sometimes to visit comes I can see. My power, oh God, sometimes I only see faint, but sometimes as heavenly grace I her paint. My kingdom, or queendom, my heritage it is, or will be. You have to earn it for to own it, grandfather said to me. Now I start the song I have written to empower myself and maybe also you. And now my song is coming. I have to fix it a little bit on my screen. Okay. I stand for what I think. I stand for what I feel. I stand for what I say. I stand for what I do. I am the fire and the light for this world. You are the fire stand for what you feel. You stand for what you say. You stand for what you do. You are the fire and the light for this world. We are the fire and the light for this world. I am the fire and the light for this world. We stand for what we think. We stand for what we feel. We stand for what we say. We stand for what we do. We are the fire and the light for this world. I am the fire and the light for this world. You are the fire and the light for this world. I stand for what I think. I stand for what I feel. I stand for what I say. I stand for what I do. I am the fire and the light for this world.